My name is Darcia. I have been playing piano since I was 4 years old. Right now, I play on a Nord Stage 2 EX, and at church, I play on a Nord Stage 3. I love playing on Nord. It was a pretty big learning curve when I first started, and I knew that there was so much I could do with it. I know that there are a lot of built-in sounds. It's an incredible library and sound bank. I did a lot of research, a lot of YouTube video searches, trying to figure out how to get the best sounds for, like you listen to a song and I would think, what sound is that? Or how do I get that sound on my Nord? If you do have a Nord, and if you would like to know how to plug in some of these sounds for different worship music, that is what I want to try to make videos about. I think it would be very, very helpful to just kind of get an overview of what somebody does. And I don't have the end all on this is how you should do it. This is a suggestion. This is just how I do it. And so if this is helpful to you, I'm really glad. That's really the goal. I just want it to be helpful. Number one, that you will see what I do to program in my sounds for the Nord. And I'm going to be showing you right now on my Nord Stage 2 EX because I'm at home. The Nord Stage 3 is slightly different. It is a lot more similar than dissimilar. And every weekend I go in and just quick plug in my sounds there. A lot of the sounds are exactly the same. So once you get the idea of how to program sounds, and it'll hopefully give you an idea of even how to do certain things and how to start, delving in and just having fun and experimenting with sounds and seeing how sounds can layer together to create really beautiful or fun or energetic or passionate music. That's pretty much the goal and the objective of what I'm going to be doing here with my piano videos, these keyboard videos. You'll see how I plug it in, like how I lay my sounds. I'll do a step-by-step. And then number two, I will also then show you, once I get the sounds set for the piano, then I will do a bit of an overview on the parts that I play for the keyboard. Now, what I play right now in church, I am playing with Ableton, and that does a lot of background synths. Our Ableton, what we have set for sounds, they do a lot of background synths. They do some keyboards. They do some synth basses. I know that there's other things I'm sure that they do. Those are the real typical ones, some pads, some fills, some strings. And so sometimes I duplicate those. Sometimes I don't. So I think that that's always okay. If you have a part that you love and it's on an Ableton track, if you play with Ableton, play along with it. If you can really nail it and get it exact, then it's going to just be better even, because it's going to, I think, have more punch, more emphasis. And it's always great to have a live sound, somebody there on stage live doing the music. It's so great. Ableton might still be going behind you, but to have you up there doing the part is just a great, I think it's just a great exercise in excellence and challenging yourself to be exactly spot on. I know a lot of times with praise and worship music, it is great to be able to flow and kind of just play whatever. But when you're playing along with a track, if that's what you choose to do, for those parts that you're playing along, you have to be dead on. You have to really challenge yourself to do that. The band that I play with we have drums, and we have a couple of electric guitars, acoustic guitar, we have a bass guitar, and we have a second keyboard player, and then we have the keyboard that I play, which is the Nord Stage 3. If you are playing with a group that is smaller, you might choose to play more parts, and that is going to be absolutely a case-by-case basis. In the group that I'm playing with, there are lots of instruments playing. There is really a need to not play all the time, and that's great because it gives you a chance to worship. So I would always just encourage you as you're playing is to just look for those moments to worship in the middle of playing. I know as a piano player, especially somebody like myself and like a lot of piano players that have come perhaps from a classical background, then it's very easy to play just all the time and hands up and down the keyboard. And I think that a lot of times I think of like old-fashioned gospel type music and hymns, which is awesome. It has definitely a great genre of piano playing. I love it, but that is not what I'm going to be talking about. And in fact, really, it's very different. It's very simple playing. It's very pared down. If you've ever played in a band or a symphony or an orchestra or sung in a choir, then you kind of know that everything has a part, and every part shines at certain times, and then other times it's just not going to be something that is emphasized. And I think that that's really important in modern praise worship music. If you're playing with like a group of people, if you're playing in like a band with those instruments similar to what I've talked about, like what I play with at my church, that you will have a part. Certain parts, a lot of times piano will have like a really great like intro. It'll be kind of calm. Piano will play something, and then maybe the guitars, whatever instruments will take over and do other parts. And that's just going to be the way it is. And so when the guitars, when the electric guitars, when the people are singing, when the drums are playing, whatever it is, that is sometimes a time when piano can get kind of muddled and you don't really hear it. And so if you're playing a lot of like notes in and out and a lot of filigree, a lot of movement, number one, it's not going to be heard. It's going to get lost, really. And so all of that work you're doing is going to be for nothing, which is sad, because I'm sure by itself would be very, very beautiful. Number two, that it's going to be lost, but not completely lost. It's going to be there just enough that it muddies and kind of grays what everybody is doing. And so if somebody else is having a part that's going to be definitely more prominent, then at that point for a piano player, we just really need to discipline ourselves. And I'm talking to myself because I'm somebody who was, except for like the last 6 years, I've been playing this way. And so even though it's pretty second nature now, sometimes I get real excited about my playing and I just start really playing, and kind of old habits kick back in. So I'm talking to myself right now too. But during those times when you know that it's not going to be all about the piano, that we're really going to be a support instrument at that point, and it's going to be a great support instrument, but just play a chord and hold it, and don't do crazy things. Don't do anything. Don't move. Just play the chord and hold it. If you do that, and with the whole band coming together, it's going to sound incredible. It's going to be an incredible sound. It's going to be an awesome sound. So if you are interested in wanting to know about how I program my Nord and how you can maybe program your Nord and save songs and have them for easy playback, if you like this, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and that we just have a really good time as we learn all about worship and play Nord. And yeah, I'll see you later.